Jai Hind to all. Today we will start with the new chapter which is parallel and intersecting lines. Generally we can see that lines generally used to have either two different shapes, either they can be parallel or intersecting lines. But before starting with the chapter, let's understand what is the meaning of parallel and intersecting lines. Have you seen two railway lines, right? So they generally lines they used to move from a particular point. They used to keep on running parallel to each other with equal distance between them, right? So if a line is moving in such a way that they never meet, they are known as the parallel lines. And similarly, if two lines are not parallel, that means they will definitely meet at a particular point, which are known as the intersecting lines. Right here in this square, you can see that there are different parallel lines as well as the intersecting lines. These lines can be drawn on a particular board. Second one is, if two lines cross each other, then they are known as the intersecting lines and they used to form certain angles, right? So what are the different kind of angles that are formed by these two intersecting lines? First one is your linear pair. Linear pairs, if for example in the figure 5.3 you can see that angle A and angle B tend to form a linear pair, right, as their sum is added to 180 degree, and similarly and they are all, and their rays are also in opposite direction. Second one is pair of vertically opposite angles, right? When two lines cross each other, their vertex meet, and this is how two different angles are formed at opposite corners, which are known as the vertically opposite angles, right? So measurements and geometry. Measurement errors because of improper use of, so we can have certain errors while measuring with the help of a protractor, or sometimes we can also have an error while we are watching the lines. Next one is your perpendicular lines. So in the first topic we have discussed about the parallel lines and intersecting lines. Second one is your perpendicular lines. When two lines intersect in such a way that the angles that is formed between the pair of line is 90 degree is known as are known as perpendicular lines. Like in the figure 5.4 you can see that angle line M and line L, they used to form a 90 degree at the point of intersection, therefore they are said to be known as intersecting lines. Now parallel lines are a pair of lines that lie on the same plane and do not meet however far we extend them at both ends. So that means the distance between both the lines remains same. Parallel lines are often used in artwork and shading. These are the certain practical examples. Similarly, in figure 5.6 you can see that there are different pairs of intersecting lines as well as pair of parallel lines, right? Like I and H, they are said to form a pair of parallel lines, while D and E lines are said to form a pair of intersecting lines. Similarly, we can have C and B, A and C. These are said to form a pair of intersecting lines. Next one is a transversal. When two lines are intersected by a third line, right? For example, when two lines are there which is intersected by the third line, then third line is said to form a transversal. What is the role of this transversal? Because when a line falls on any two lines, either they can be parallel or they can be intersecting, they tends to form certain properties. So let's discuss about them. The transversal T forms two sets of angles, okay? So when a line intersects two lines, then third line is known as the transversal, and when this line falls on these two lines, it used to make certain angles, like as you can see 1 2 3 4, these are the different angles, and similarly 5 6 7 and 8, these angles are also formed. Now when a when a transversal falls on a two parallel lines, then we we get corresponding angles as equal. We get a set of corresponding angles, and these angles are generally equal, right? Next one is your alternate angles. Angle D is called alternate angle of angle F, right? Generally alternate angles are those angles which used to form a angle D and angle F, means they used to form a structure like Z. So they are known as the alternate angles. Angle F and angle C are all is the alternate angle of angle E. Thank you.